Oh, I'm so pleased that Lucy Frazer, the new Minister for Culture, Media and Sport, she's lost the digital bit, should respond so quickly to questions in the House about Gary Lineker. However, you'll observe her logic is slightly skewed. She talks about how she is the granddaughter of somebody who escaped Nazi Germany. I sympathise and I understand, and I can parallel that situation. But it wasn't my grandmother, of course. I do think it's not necessarily inappropriate. I'm pleased to know of her position and of her background, but that doesn't make Gary Lineker's comment inappropriate. In fact, I would have thought it made it even more appropriate. And as for the idea of Gary Lineker being a lefty, surely the last time he got into trouble was for criticising Jeremy Corbyn, or did he get into trouble for criticising Jeremy Corbyn? I can't remember. And in a way it seems almost irrelevant. But it's extraordinary. You know, maybe all he needs to do to reset the balance is to criticise somebody from the opposition benches, as well as criticising the asylum policy from the government benches. So that would redress the balance, wouldn't it? Meanwhile, the BBC has given his comments so much coverage. I don't understand. If the BBC doesn't think he should have spoken, then they should have kept quiet.
Must cover all those who are presenters on the BBC, including the highest paid. While individual contracts are a matter for the BBC, well, she confirmed that the mid-term review will cover the issue of enforcement of this rule on freelancers as well as full-time employees.
Mr. Speaker, as somebody whose grandmother escaped Nazi Germany in the 1930s, I think it's really disappointing and inappropriate to compare government policy on immigration events to events in Germany in the 1930s. It's important for the BBC to maintain impartiality if it is to retain the trust of the public who pay the licence fee. The BBC is operationally independent, and I'm pleased that the BBC will be speaking to Gary Lineker to remind him of his responsibilities in relation to social media.
Gregory Campbell.
Further to that, will she meet again with the Director General to ensure that the BBC reviews the contracts of well-known multi-millionaire lefty Lineker, who presents himself as a sports presenter with very scandalous views about government policy, and decide whether he is a sports presenter or a political pundit, and he should be paid about 1.3 million less than he currently is from the public purse.
Well, I think I've made my views on this subject clear. The BBC has a 10-point plan in relation to impartiality, but it is absolutely important that it maintains impartiality so that the public retain trust